So, have you ever thought about buying airtime, buying your light, buying electricity with crypto? Now, that's what Airbillspay is solving with Web3. And imagine building that kind of product from a market in Nigeria. So, today we have Pisolite, the founder of Airbillspay, who is going to walk us through how he's able to build this amazing product with his team in an emerging market like Nigeria, and what global builders can learn about how to achieve product market fit. So stay tuned. Make sure that you drop a comment about what stood out for you from this interview, and check the description below so that you can follow this product, use this product, and leave a review. Nigerians are doing amazing things, so don't give up on us yet.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Welcome to this interview session, and such a delight. I'm grateful that you're able to show up this morning. It's going to be a short interview, but it's going to be about how you're finding, you're building in this amazing market of Nigeria, and how the rest of the Web3 ecosystem, the global markets, what they can learn from you and how you're building. So we're going to start with you briefly introducing yourself to us about your project, what it does, and who it's for.
Okay. Uh, I'm Solite, founder of Airbills. So basically, Airbills is a utility platform where you can, pay bills with stable coin. That's the major function of Airbills. Yeah. I'm a backend dev and also a Rust developer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. So can you share a bit of your background, like a bit of your career background?
Okay. Let me see. Uh, okay. On my career background, let's say I've been kind of a researcher mainly, right? I've, experimented so many businesses and stuff like that. So one of them is kind of paint production, right? Paint production, I started it when I was still in school. Okay, so I basically produce paint and kind of have customers we sell and buy and stuff like that. And also I kind of went around the what do you call I also went around blogging, okay, writing blogs, blog posts and stuff like that, and also chemical experiments and recycling experiment too. I dived around outside too, and then I moved into crypto, did some airdrop farming and stuff like that, and also around programming, right? Develop website, learned so many kind of maybe accounting, how to set up accounting and stuff like that, and also around like using Google Map, placing stuff on Google Map, right? So yeah, and also now I'm basically in the programming part of the writing codes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Airbillspay, and you can use it to recharge, buy your light. So it has airtime, data. If you bet, you can also get your TV subscriptions and also utilities like your light. Um, Prepaid and postpaid are covered for your TV, Go TV, DSTV, Star Times covered, and all your plans. And for your bet, your several betting companies are also covered, and your data plans across all the networks using your stable coins are also covered. Your airtime, you can pay for airtime using your stable coins as well. So just simply connect your wallet with MetaMask, your browser. So you need to use a crypto-enabled browser to do this, to create a wallet that has funds inside, and then you can use this. The more you refer people and use the platform, the more you can earn credit. You can earn credit and loyalty passes. So there's your loyalty, how loyal you are to the platform will also show and all. So this travels and hotels are coming soon, and you can also gift someone
Can you hear me?
Wow,
pin
awesome.
the gifts.
Yeah, I can hear you. When I heard the paint parts, my husband also makes paint as well. So I was like, oh, nice, nice. Okay. Oh, that's quite a journey. Okay, so what's what led you to start building Airbus with your team?
Okay, let me see.
And
Uh, yeah,
like,
continue. Yeah, finish
okay,
the question.
okay, okay, okay. Like, what specific Nigerian behavior or pain points led you to build this product? And how did that shape, the features that you have in the product?
Okay, let me say basically, Airbus started as actually a Web2 company, a Web2 product, right? So
Okay.
as at 2023, so I decided to kind of, as much as I kind of make money just building maybe freelance work and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, let me kind of set up a company, right? So we proceeded to registering a company, and then Airbus was our first product on the Web2 side of things. So we worked as a company, even though we didn't have a physical office, we had secretaries, we hold meetings and stuff like that. So around that side, then kind of we started building Airbus on the Web2 side. So we kind of we had the Airbus website. We are running on the Web2 side where you can kind of create account, generate account number, you deposit, then you still make this purchase, right? So as much as we built it, our long-term view on it when we are starting on Airbus was kind of a banking system, right? So then we didn't know we are going to move to Web3 fully. So as at I think as at last year around August, right?
Mm-hmm.
I moved into Web3. We had another product on Web3 side of things we wanted to build, right? So
Yes.
we like then I joined Super Team. Then I pitched the idea of what I wanted to be. I think we had the name as So Express. Yeah. So that we are like let me say Zubi is the kind of the lead, super team lead, yeah. So you want to kind of was
Mm,
like building something we can use and stuff like that, solving real life solutions. So I think that got me to kind of say, okay, I already had this. Then maybe I can kind of work on something around it and then basically accept without payment. So then there was a new product on the Solana ecosystem called Blink. Yes, I think that's the early stage of Blink. I decided to kind of
okay.
build Blink on with that stuff, right? So that's just an experimental stuff. I built Blink on it. So when I built Blink on it, I noticed that Blink only works on a laptop, right? So and
Mm,
if it does not work, you should have a landing page where the whole team lands. You can still do the same thing there, basically. So that led me to kind of build the website part of things, right? So just we didn't structure or plan to actually build it. I just with my laptop did all the UI manually and stuff like that to come up with that stuff, right? So at the end, we kind of I built it out. We started testing it. Some I shared about it. Then some people tested it. So down the line, we started kind of building a system because then we are not even recording histories of people using it. Yeah. So then we started building the structures, started doing the UI, and then started sizing it up to kind of come up to this end, to this what we have right now.
mm.
So
Okay. Okay.
let me say the idea of bringing it to crypto actually is kind of
Yeah.
taking out the barrier. You get
Mm,
the
yeah.
time we're kind of saving time and a cost at some point in the sense that if you're off ramping, right? Let me say you pay a certain charge or and the time it takes to off ramp You get, we also cut down the time. So basically, if you're in crypto, your best option should be Airbills, right? Because it saves you time and money at some end. Yeah.
Mm. Oh, oh. Okay. Yeah. When I looked at the platform and I saw the features, I was like, wow, this is going to solve a lot. And the fact that it removes that whole the friction of the other products that try to where you can move your USDT, convert it before you can even get the funds you need to like pay your bills. But this one just straight up from USDT to actually giving you value, removing that friction in the middle. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So your product feels more like a fintech than crypto. Was that intentional? I've looked at the products and it gives this like you wouldn't even beyond the USDT part, but the first look, the first feel you will see, even with the banner at the top, you're seeing the ticket. I think the hotel and the distinct features is still coming, guys, all coming soon. And the banner and everything just gives this regular Web2 product vibes. So was that intentional, and how did you balance the infrastructure you were pre part of and the simplified, familiar user experience?
Okay, let me say, uh, let's say we are looking at a particular product while building our stuff, right? And we are looking
Okay.
at, essentially, we are looking at a particular product to get while
Mm,
building our product, the simplicity and the focus on it, right? I think that's Jupiter. You get the early stages of Jupiter, not right now, is kind of more complex. Was kind of a single page. You come there, just see what like you just basically go straight to the point of what you need, right? So that's what we are what we are looking for. But this I was using Jupyter and then saw kind of the simplicity it has, and then basically you just like you minimize the action you do on the website before you actually make a purchase, right? So you are looking at that. So within because let me say most fintech basically, first takes you to homepage, that kind of telling you what they do, right? Or basically it's going straight to action, right? So that's maybe probably what drive the UI part of things, right? So
mm,
we then because we had a longer page UI before we started to minimize the length to you get
yeah.
and then let me say we added a default. You get a default, maybe USDC most people use, right? So that
Mm,
limits the movement. We are basically let me say looking at user behavior. You get to kind of structure the UI and also
mm.
recommendations and being pinpoint and stuff like that. Yeah. So if looking at as a fintech, I would basically say probably it's because of the services we render basically. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. One of the things that I like from what you said is the fact that you kept on like doubling down to make sure that the time between when anybody comes to the platform to get value is reduced. Like time to value is reduced, and that's like very important. Instead of like you come in and then you start navigating before you finally get to how you can access the value you're looking for. Okay. Um. Okay. So at this point now on Airbus, right? There's no the value is not stored on like they can't deposit at this point, but just to connect wallet and from straight from what their wallet they can make payments, right?
Yes. Yeah. So let me say on that end, there's no deposit, right? Probably we are trying to build that phase of thing in the sense that is maybe users with maybe alternative wallet, non Solana, can actually deposit use the platform. We also said, okay, some people, we walked around, okay, scan and pay feature was brought in because of people don't want to connect their wallet basically, right? So that's why we implemented the scan and pay feature. Even though we're going to,
Yeah.
evolve more on that, to kind of not basically use scan and pay. Basically, you scan, then you deposit money.
So can you hear me? I lost you a bit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Can
you.
you
Can you hear me?
hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah. Yes. We were talking about the scan and pay. The
Okay, yeah.
scan and pay. Yeah.
Yeah, on the kind of thing side, we are looking at kind of modifying, right? Maybe to allow maybe not to maybe any other wallet kind of sending funds to the wallet, and they kind of allow it to kind of work out and stuff like that. So we are still going to modify, but it came in because people don't want to connect their wallet. Yeah, me too. If you're talking though.
Sorry, your voice was a bit distant. So I go with it.
I didn't understand. You said you
Yes,
didn't get me or something like that.
definitely. Yes, I said your voice was a bit distant, but I got what you said.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now, what do you think about the withdrawal first model? Do you get? If eventually you put in ability to for people to deposit money, that means are you going to like enable make sure that they are able to withdraw their funds anytime they want? And why is that a common pattern in Nigeria to run an app? Why is it critical for Nigerians to have, that withdrawal first model?
I think like, let me say deposit and withdraw is kind of how we equate it as to freedom, right? If it's just like a bank. If a bank says, okay, you can't withdraw your money, everybody wants to withdraw. But if a bank tells you can withdraw anytime you want, everybody tends to keep their money there, right? So anybody you tell you can't withdraw basically don't want to bank with you. Yes, but anybody say you can withdraw, basically we can now rely on you. So allow people to deposit and to withdraw is kind of a, 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 a way to kind of get more customers, right? So because maybe later beyond just bills, can maybe implement maybe new stuff like that, maybe in the future, right? So basically why to pay your money there it's using things and then trying to pay time other stuff like that. So I think the withdrawal results just a must be. So, you can't open your bank and say, okay, you can deposit and so,
Yeah, you're right. Nigerians always want to know that they can access their money anytime. And when you say you can't withdraw, just kills the trust immediately, and they wouldn't want to use that product. Okay, so now we are in Nigeria, and how have local constraints, whether it's regulation or infrastructural or cultural, forced you to build differently or even more efficiently?
I mainly work on the long term future or something.
Sorry?
I say I can you hear me?
Yes, I'm struggling to, but yeah,
Is it better right now?
but yes, it's better.
Okay, basically, I mainly bank on the long term future, right? Depends, okay,
Yeah.
what happens, maybe next 5 years, next 10 years, and stuff like that. So, I'm looking at this, what is the best way to kind of, enter the market, or maybe, uh, just like, let me take something like, Paystack, for example, right? I think Paystack was one of the people that kind of brought maybe online payments and stuff like that. As much as
Yeah.
we were, and the vacuum was left by Stripe. Stripe was not allowing Nigerians to, do the same, and maybe has a long registration process and stuff like that, or maybe end up not allowing you to get paystack, get stuff, that kind of access allowed people. I think paystack is only in 2 or 3 countries in Africa. So it's basically been bought by Stripe that rejected Nigerians at the first, right? So now I look at what's the possibility because airtime and data apps are already like there are more than 1,000 in Nigeria right now. You get, and let me say, uh, many of them are making money. Will I say? Because I don't really know. You get many popular ones are making money. That, some people rely on them. So when it comes to crypto, I've been in this space for a long time since the 2021, right? So I say, okay, what was the, what like this maybe what can I build, right? Because I've been working on doing airdrop, getting airdrop and stuff like that. I was like, I have to kind of build something, not going through it every time. Because as an airdrop hunter, you always have to win every time. Yes. If you're maybe you're writing content and stuff like that, you have to always write content to make money, right? But as a founder or a programmer or maybe a person that has a product, you only have to win once, right? You control get the market, like you're okay. When I mean you're okay, you don't need to struggle now. Because a customer you get I and this customer is having your product probably access to 2,000 extra customers. You get. So that's one thing with product. So product is if it speaks good, then it basically invites the whole family members to come and see. You get. And from there the family members is happy and it keeps spreading. Right. So my view on building stuff is kind of this way, right? And if you kind of build stuff, people like you basically like that is the best marketing protocol, right? So I prefer to listen to maybe but I prefer to listen to people that have kind of did it and then hear from them than maybe people that always try to try to So understood themselves as if they are the ones that know how it works. Yeah. I don't think there's a particular process of building product. Yeah. But kind of listen to people that have good brain. Yeah. They can tell you from experience and then what you can try and see how it works for you. Right. So basically that's my view on building product kind of right. As much as maybe everybody thinks everybody thinks okay, there's no money in Nigeria and stuff like that. So I see that Nigeria is not a high income country, right? So basically you
Yeah.
bank on numbers. You bank on numbers rather than banking on one person giving you $100. You get you bank on
Yeah.
100 giving you $1. You get so
Mm.
the numbers game I think that's how the bank survive. You get if bank has maybe 100,000 customers and they start to charge the 100,000 customers 10 naira, they already have a million naira. You get imagine what they do with maybe 5 times maybe 2 times a week. That's 2 million every week, and most it can cover salary and so many other things. Right? So that's how I think as building products.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Was there any did you encounter any constraints, maybe with the regulation in the country? Did you encounter any constraints that you had to build around?
Okay, I didn't get credit, but I think you're talking about regulations and stuff like that, right?
Yes, yes. Did you encounter any regulation that's um, telling down with people that suspected you and you have to do it around?
Okay, basically, I think we didn't we can't have that serious regulation for now, but I probably know we can after it's in the future. But it's basically because we registered company before now, but I think on our tax ID kind of having something to ourselves like that. So basically, we kind of we verify the tax ID issue and then it was verify the tax ID issue. So I think and I'm not the tax ID was and we kind of work around and it it was something. I think that mainly the issue we have and the business side.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. So this is yeah, I think you already answered my first question when I wanted to ask you how do you make the users to keep coming back? I think we talked about word of mouth. People share for about what they they experience. Or do you want to do you want to expand on that?
Exactly, but what I would add is there is kind of maybe probably let's say customer service. Like I think that a major influence. Like, if they come you know, if you are able to respond maybe quickly and also without a future that we begin to speak for customer. Right? Let's say other than it's around pending transactions. So I think we are having pending transactions now compared not to reduce many. Right? So this is around it that makes the user basically be able to check whether there is pending transaction and just confirm it. Right? So I think that's one of the best that we do. So if you keep confirming event in the future, if you share along with that, you have very great companies, I think that to solve the problem. And that is the future work around the company that time, customer service kind of is one of the main contracts.
Sorry, wait, please, I using a headset.
No, no, no.
Okay, just keep wondering why. Before it just maybe travels a bit, I don't really hear the words. Well,
Am I audible right?
Uh, yeah, yeah, I can hear you. I heard. Am I audible? Yeah, I heard it.
Okay. So, I'm talking about the customer service, right? It's kind
Yeah.
of a good marketing system to actually respond and kind of resolve the issue, right? So at least everybody knows okay, if I have issue, it can be solved, right? And easily, not trying to stress or pain or it takes too long. You get so I think that's one thing we're kind of working on and we are trying to also improve on, right? So that's good, yeah.
Okay. 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 So this is like the final question. So, what do you think? Like with the way you building with your team from the Nigerian market. So, what do you think that the global Web3 market builders are getting wrong when it comes to product market fit? Because right now, with your product, you've proven that you can build a crypto product, crypto app, and that will actually look like what people can use, not something that sounds like that looks like or sounds like something for one alien country like that. So what do you think the global web people should learn or what they are getting wrong and what they can learn from how you are building Nigeria?
Okay, let me say it mostly depends on the target market, right? It's about maybe understanding the market. You have to understand the market, understand their buy
Yeah,
power, understand maybe what they hate about the market, maybe the traditional market they have already, right? So let me say one thing that is actually common in crypto space is basically having access to maybe founders, co-founders, they just up on stage, they talk about problems, they discuss with the community directly. You get that's one thing unique to crypto spaces. You get like the founders are not far away from the community. You get but in Web2 space, founders are always far away. Like how do you get to maybe tag founder or money point founder and stuff like that? They don't host spaces. They don't like they rarely come on Facebook talk and maybe hear from the users directly. You get whether they have good or bad views. Yet they don't do
yeah,
this. So that is unique about the workplace. So if the workplace is trying to now move to a closed product to the Web2 space, you get because my product is kind of trying to match the Web3 and the Web2 side. You get so now if you
yeah,
have to go towards that side. And one thing unique to a Web3 too is kind of sharing, like kind of earning from the product you are using. You get that's one thing also unique to Web2 the free space with people that get like making the people one of the owners of the product. You get imagine maybe using money point and you can actually in for money point that's where you are. You get that's one thing you need to. So you are going to say on the allocation side of things you can still know that regulation can be still a hindrance and stuff like that. Okay. But if they can, work around it and then get something else, right? Right. Because let me say, stocks were launched on Solana, right? That's the big product. In Solana. So I think someone cannot, try to find a way to kind of cheat so many registration. Because buying stock, you have to do KYC, you have to, you have to go so many processes to buy stock. Okay. But they did it just connect your wallet and then buy it. That's similar to what you did. But if you have to use the web product, you have to register probably the KYC. Right now, they have to, yeah, you have to do KYC for even to buy it and from another platform, right? You have to do KYC, you have to do all those processes to then buy. You get that's what we're also
yeah,
cutting out. You get that's what we're also cutting out. You get that long process. Nobody wants to come and do KYC every app they want to use. You get everybody's sick and tired of doing KYC and so. So I think that's basically. But I think the most hindrance of flexibility inclusion into the space of Web2 is regulation. Like, if the market is regulated, Web2 is
okay, okay. Okay, so just this is the final. Um, so what's your biggest takeaway from anybody that's building in Nigeria? Like, what's your takeaway? What's your advice?
okay. I would say anybody within the area that needs to get serious. You get serious, and then try to kind of build community in mind, you get, for them to actually use it, then listen to their complaints because their complaints are valid. So no matter how stupid it is, their complaints are valid because let me say, as much as it's the person that complains, some people don't even complain, they just leave your app and go. You get even the people that complain are doing you a favor because they basically leave your app and go. You get so
Yeah.
so maybe complaints are kind of valid and then don't use the Web2 founder ego to come to Web3. You get because Web3 is kind of liquid. Everybody can just blow out and put another place. You get so that's what we Web3. And then try to kind of build a bond with the community, right? And let me see, I believe, yeah, mainly I believe in kind of trying to ship products fast. I listen to you tomorrow. Tomorrow and next, you have the picture on the table, right? Even though if you will have someone technical founder, so you get you're basically I'm the technical founder. So you're basically I write tools and when I hear it, I find a way to solve it and then come up with solutions and stuff like that. So, so if you are technical founder, you are ahead of the team a little bit, but if you decide not and still have a good developer and listening and then who work with them go get that we go a long way. And also don't be a team founder. That's that's how you tackle your team, right? Like you have to be transparent to your team first to get and if you can be transparent to your team, that's how you be transparent to the community, right? So like share because the problem is always based on around now. Get any agreement you guys have most times let's say as a startup, don't basically try to employ maybe employ founder or employ people like you basically try to give them more salary or something like that. What you have to know because people will code developers or your code developers to kind of have a share as well and that gives them more commitment. So whenever the company so you probably be here growing and able to get the market. So that keeps them going, that makes them okay, feel our more, right? And then they commit to it. Like we can say or we can think on the key issue because okay, not like to be me, they're coming up with all the ideas, right? So if you're a designer, I wouldn't want to tell you what design is. I'll just like come up with something and we should come up with it. Okay, let's change it. What do you think about the ticket? So I need everybody actually doing is like having its own idea on what it should be. You get so now you have more people thinking about it and stuff like that. You get so basically I will not be sitting down to worry about the design we're going to do. You get everybody's gonna be able to it's nice to be able to kind of take care of this. Yeah, but I'm just coming to think, okay, and we are just in that. So, yeah, team is kind of very, very important, right? And the electric space is a trust market, it's not basically your product, it's a trust market. So, make sure you don't lose the trust of the community, right? Your trust for the community is your number one. Because whatever you take, if I can't trust, I can't really get trust. Yes, that is what I think. Next, that's this.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, your so in the next coming days I'm going to be publishing this on at article we propose for social media and on my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel, Michael Global TV, 5K subscribers and all. So and I look forward to like emphasizing the value that you founders in the Solana space, Nigeria, the product is actually amazing. It's one thing that I've when I went for a marketing conference in May, and it was a marketing conference, and it dawned on me that we in Web3 we don't really. It's as if people some ecosystems don't really build for the user, or they want to really build for the user, but there are just so many jargons in front, so many complexity in the front, and at the end of the day, you have a lot of education to do before someone can even use your product. And then Nigerian founders are like hacking that problem already. They're already solving it. So I look forward to telling this story. And I have your go ahead to do that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for your time this morning. I really appreciate it, and I will look forward to connecting more in future. All right. My name is Victoria, and I'm building a community for a couple global for talent in Africa. So thank you for your time again.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. Talk to you some other time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yeah, you too.